This is Dr. Adekunle Badmus. Perfect day to you all from everywhere you're listening to me from. This is Dr. Adekunle Badmus, the global president of the global clusters worldwide. It's survival strategies in the new normal. Instead of end SARS, instead of end bad governance, let's engage in the survival strategies in the new normal. All right. Before we dive into it, let's us see the promo of the survival strategies in the new normal. Let's see the promo first.
In today's Nigeria, everything has changed. The economy is tough, prices keep rising, jobs are scarce, and the systems we once relied on are no longer working. Welcome to the new normal, a reality where survival is no longer about what you studied, but about what you know, what you do, and how you think. This is why the Global Clusters presents Survival Strategy in the New Normal, a weekly live meeting designed to equip Nigerians with the mindset, skills, and strategy to succeed, right here in Nigeria. We talk real solutions, how to turn your talent into income, how to rise in a digital world, how to build smart businesses, strong connections, and export your value globally. You know, this is not theory, this is practical survival, not just for the elites, not just for Lagos, but honestly for every Nigerian, Port Harcourt to Kaduna, Onitsha to Abuja. Join us every Monday by 5 p.m. and take charge of your future. Because in this new Nigeria, survival is a skill, and strategy is your greatest weapon. You can find us at the Global Clusters on X, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, or just visit our website at www.theglobalclusters.org. This is not just a meeting, this is a movement. This is the Global Clusters.
Survival strategy. Well, but if you make a program, I think this is my first time of playing game. Me, mo can invite me tell me send the request to you now.
Send request ni o. Ọmọ mi dẹ̀ wá mẹ́rin kò gbọ́ nǹkan kan rárá. Ó máa ba ojú yín jẹ́ ni. So, a máa fún yín ní.
We have a program called Survival Strategies in the New Normal.
That's the 25-0.
5-0. It's survival strategies in the new normal, and today we want to consider focus as a strategy to survive in the new normal. Shall I mute or do you? Hello, shall I mute? Okay. All right. It's survival strategies in the new normal, and we're saying instead of end SARS, instead of end bad governance, let's engage in the strategy on how we can survive in this new normal. Having said that, I want to us to dive into it immediately. I want to welcome everyone on Facebook, on Spark Ops, on YouTube, and on the StreamYard and on the TikTok. You're all welcome to these survival strategies in the new normal. We're considering today focus. We're considering focus as a means of survival in the new normal. We're considering focus as a means of survival in the new normal. I had never played game, and I didn't even know that I invited the king for a game. I only want to have a program today, and so all right. Why the TikTok is going on, and I believe people are going to learn a lot today. People are going to learn a lot today. It's survival strategies in the new normal. We're considering focus as a strategy to survive in the new normal. Focus as a strategy to survive in the new normal. So good. It's better. I I didn't even know that I invited him. So all right. Focus as a strategy to survive in the new normal. Focus as a strategy to survive in the new normal. Okay, baby, what is currently happening to us right now in the Federal Republic of Nigeria is called new normal. And you can see the issue of insecurity is coming up every day and day, and it's a new normal to us. How do we survive in this new normal? What do we do? What steps should we take to survive in the new normal? And today we're considering focus. Can we focus on our solution? What are we definitely focusing on? What are we doing? How are we doing it? You understand? Very important. What are we doing? How are we doing it? What can we use, to focus, to actually survive in this new normal? Yes, new normal will always come. Something strange will always happen. What is happening to us has it happened to other nations before? Yes, even worst case scenarios are happening in other states. But how do we get to solve our own problem? How do we get to, make sure that we solve the problem? Focus is what we are considering today. If you're here, please, I want you to make sure you invite your friends, share this live to all your family, friends, share to everyone. We're considering focus, the place of focus as a strategy to survive in the new normal. When you see a focused life, you see that it's a life that does not waver. It's a life that knows what you want. This morning, it was demonstrated in one of the video we played. A boy called Marco was disturbed, has unrest in his mind, and was like looking for solution. And you know, he sought after um uh sorry, Mr. Tennyson, can we have the video? Mr. Tennyson, Mr. Tennyson, can we have that video, please? Mr. Tennyson, can we have that video? Because I want the audience of the survival strategies to, because that video really, really resonated on what we want to do. You're welcome, Omo Yuan. Yes. Mr. Tennyson. Hello, Mr. Tennyson, are you there? Mr. Tennyson. All right. Um, Focus. There was a story of a young man was disturbed in his heart. Most of the time, what creates disturbance in our heart is because we are not focused enough. Thank you. What creates disturbance in our heart is because we are not focused enough. We are not focused to the right thing on what we want, on what we want to happen, and all of that. Now, this young boy was disturbed and was searching after peace. not knowing that it's just a trick of the mind. It's just a trick of the mind. What do you really want? And what do you really want to achieve? What are your goals? What are your aspirations? Nigeria, what do we really want? What do we really want to achieve? What are our aspirations? What do we really want? We want peace. We want a developed nation. We want an enabling environment. Our young people want good jobs. Abi, we want a safe environment. We want food. Food should be plenty. You understand? Can we focus on what we want and less focus on what we don't want? Most of the time, we discuss this insecurity as if that is what we want to see. But actually, all the media houses bring up this news. Bloggers, they all bring up the news about this insecurity. What are we focused on? Don't we know what we focus on amplifies, it grows itself. Oh, Mama Dagbasini, because focus is a meal for growth. In case you don't know, focus, it's a meal for growth. Focus is a meal. Oúnjẹ ni fún ìdàgbàsókè. Oúnjẹ ni focus jẹ́ fún ìdàgbàsókè. Oúnjẹ ni. So anything you focus on, anything you talk about, anything that you're talking about all of the time, has a way of growing massively, have a way of, oh mama pẹ̀ka. Kí ló ń ṣe wá lórílẹ̀-èdè Áfíríkà? Kí ló ń ṣe wá lórílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà? Why tó ṣe jẹ́ pé ọ̀rọ̀ onílà ń ṣe lé lórí all of the time? Tá a bá fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lórí nǹkan tó ń ṣe wá, ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ lórí solution yẹn. Kò ṣe pé ká máa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa kinní yẹn. Ẹ̀rí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí. Ní tí wọ́n bá wọn o, kinní kan ṣe o, kinní báwo la ṣe máa ṣe? Orí bíbẹ́ kọ́ lóògùn orí fífọ́. Some people are even considering, someone call me, can you help me check where we can go to? Because what is happening now, we don't know. We want to leave the country. Why can't we? We are romancing the problem, running away from the problem. The fact that we run away from the problem does not mean that the problem will automatically leave. No. Why can't we focus on the right thing? Focus as a strategy to survive in the new normal. How do we embrace focus? How do we use focus as a tool? How do we embrace focus and use focus as a tool to survive in this new normal? Focus is a meal for growth. Focus is a meal for growth. Oúnjẹ ni focus jẹ́ fún ìdàgbàsókè. Ibo lẹ wá ń lo focus yín sí báyìí ẹ̀yin ọmọ Nàìjíríà? Kí lẹ ń fi focus tó jóúnjẹ yẹn? Kí lẹ fi ń feed? You are using it to feed negativity. You are feeding something that does not really make sense. Do you think anything you feed with focus, it will grow? Oúnjẹ, focus is so neutral that he does not know where you are taking him to. If you focus on something that does not make sense, you will get the reward of something that does not make sense. And if you focus on something that makes sense, you will get the reward of something that makes sense. And that is focus for you. Focus does not know left from the right, right or wrong. Focus is focus. Nǹkan tó bá ní kó ṣe ló máa ṣe ń tiẹ̀. Kò mọ̀ bóyá kíní yẹn, kíní tóun focus lé lórí yẹn ó dáa àbí kò dáa. Kò mọ kankan. Stop focusing on our negativity, Nigerian. Stop focusing on our negativity. Let's stop it. Stop it. It's not helping us. It can't take us anywhere. Let us stop discussing our problems all the time. Let us discuss our solution. Let's focus on our solution. Anytime we gather, anytime we meet, let us discuss our solution. You see, the media house gone, if they are bringing people, they'll say, we want to discuss about the insecurity. Yeah, the insecurity. What do you think caused the insecurity? What do you want to advise the federal government? And that is all. No action. You discuss it, you advise people, no action. No action. No action. So how do we move forward? When we talk, we do. That is why we have created a platform, first nation building social media platform called the Global Clusters. That let us all come together and look at what our problem is and let us solve our problem. Focus. As always, anyone you see that have achieved one success or the other, focus has its role to play in what they have achieved. Focus have its role to play in what they have achieved. Anyone you see that have achieved something, there is what focus did for them. They had exercised some sort of focus in what has made them achieve what they have achieved. If not, there is no way they can actually achieve those things. Focus is not something we should just treat like that. A lot of us exhibit it on something negative. And so therefore, we're seeing the fruit of that negativity in our life unconsciously. You are just, every time you talk about something negative, every time you talk about something negative, you're welcome. Every time you talk about something negative, you're not talking about positive things. You are not embracing the positivity of something. You are talking about something that is not positive. So because you are always thinking, discussion, all of the discussion you embrace is negativity. So somehow, because focus is a meal, and once the situation eats that meal, it has a way of having muscle, has a way of growing. And that is why I tell people, whenever there is a situation somewhere, just ensure that you give back to a solution and focus on that solution and dwell more. There are the possibility of you having two things in your front. This one enhances your progress. This one encourages your downfall. Make sure you give more time to your progress than your problem. A lot of people don't know. That is why you see some people, whenever somebody did something, they don't want to have all of this negative energy. And that is why they ignore. Focus is a no-brainer. It's a tool. Is it true that anywhere you channel it to, it works like miracle? It works as if the person that is using it knows how to do it the best. What's your life? What did you focus on in January? What was the outcome? Focus is a tool and is a strategy. A young man that wants to scale up in life, choose a path, one profession. The profession you have chose, if you are not focused on it, you will not be able to scale to the next level based on that project. So focus is not something we should joke with. Focus is something we should all embrace. And we should channel it to the right thing. Nigerians, let us focus on our solutions. Let's focus on our solution. Nigerians, let us focus on our solution. Our solution is what we should focus on. Survival strategies in the new normal. New normal will always come. When it comes, be it a good new normal or a bad new normal, know where to use your focus. Because the way you use focus will determine the kind of results you will get. Don't use your focus anyhow. Be conscious of it. Because what we do or we don't do doesn't matter to these things. Focus is not something you can see. It's an act. Just like you develop your mind by learning. So you must be conscious. Am I focusing on something wrong right now? If you observe yourself that you are focusing on something wrong, quickly correct yourself. Adjust yourself by yourself. If you don't know, and you don't know that you don't know, is a big problem. If you don't know, and you don't know that you don't know, it's a big problem. Now, you are knowing that focus is a meal. A lot of people don't know that that's the problem. I solved. I was able to solve a problem within some clustarians this afternoon, and I let them know the problem was a mind problem, and the person was still arguing. I said, no, this is, look at it. I'm seeing it because I'm a surgeon. I'm a mind surgeon. So I saw it, but they will not see it. When somebody is focusing on something wrong, wrong things will follow. Wrong things will start running after you. Every manner of wrong things. When you focus on progress, every manner of progress will start chasing you. Because that is what is there. Focus is an ingredient that equally supports your mindset. Focus has a role to play in the mind. Focus, it's a meal. It's equally a meal for the mind. Focus is a meal for a progress. Focus is a meal for anyone that wants to go down. What are you currently focusing on? Are you looking at your current situation and you're seeing possibilities and you're always thinking possibilities and you're focused on possibilities? Or you are looking at it and you say, yeah, this thing that has happened, how do you all want to go out of it now? You had that somebody that it happened to, the person did not get out of it. So you are dwelling on something, on negativities of the past. Just like some people believe that metal cannot fly on the air, and some brothers came together today. Do you know what the possibility those brothers has created? Do you know that simple thing has created? It has created different career path: aeronautic engineering, pilot, air hostess, those that are carrying this thing, cargo, this one. Do you know how many jobs they've been able to create but just because they thought of something and they focus on achieving it? Focus is a tool for the mind. It's a meal. It's part of the meal the mind eats to grow, to be strong. What are you focusing on? What are you currently focusing on? Nigerians, what are you currently focusing on? If we really want to move Nigeria from where it is to where it ought to be, we need to start focusing on the right thing. As a community, we need to start talking about our solutions. The problem we are currently faced with right now is not even the problem. The real problem is, what are we focusing on? Are we focusing on that problem, or we are focusing on the solution to that problem? Let us all rise and focus on the solution, and let me see who will stop us. There's nothing that will stop us if we really focus on the solution. If we really focus on the solution to that problem, there is absolutely nothing that will stop us. We all need to come together and know that, yes, we have insecurity issue. We are not denying it, but instead of talking too much about it, that thing will just be doing like this. Yes, I'm the one they are talking about. They did this happen. If you see how they murder that person, if you see how they do this, we are only talking about it. Oh, do you know who started it? Do you know who did this? We are only talking about it, and that thing will be doing like this. But anytime you shift from talking about it to talking about how to eradicate or eliminate it, that is like you are slapping that situation. So when you now start talking about, okay, what strategy are we going to take to remove this insurgency? What strategy are we going to take to stop this insecurity? The thing will say, it will be like a slap. They are slapping me. They are not giving me the right me that I need. They want me to live here. They don't want me here, because you are now talking solution. Solution is like boxing the problem. Solution is like eating the problem hard. Solution is like killing the problem. So what are we focusing on? Focus is a strategy. Focus is a strategy to survive in this new normal, in this current insurgency. Nigerians, what are we focusing on? What are we doing? What are we doing? We are discussing survival strategies in the new normal, and we're considering focus as a tool to survive in the new normal. So I want people to contribute right now, and I can see Ambassador Abosedeko. Ambassador Abosedeko, what's your take on this? Ambassador Abosedeko, are you there?
Yes, sir. Good evening, Ambassador.
Excellent
How
evening
has
to you. Fine.
First of all, let me officially wish you happy birthday in advance.
Thank you.
And I want to say that God Almighty will continue to be your strength. He will
Amen.
grant your heart desires. I just
Amen.
want to say I appreciate you. I appreciate your humanity efforts. I appreciate all you have been doing to put smiles on the faces of
Mm,
people who cares to smile. Thank you so
mm,
much for your spirit of never give up, the spirit of, you have a large heart, and that we are all listening to these wonderful meetings today. We listen to my surgery in the morning, and like that, marketing. Like it takes a person with an elephant heart. I'm sorry to be able to do that.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much for me and my wonderful children. We say happy birthday to you, sir. You are a great man. You have been a role model to many people, and there's no doubt that God has positioned you to touch mankind. Please keep it up. And as we celebrate tomorrow, sir, I want to say that to be from glory to glory, to be from
Amen.
honor to honor, it will be
Amen.
from advancement to advancement, and God
Amen.
Almighty will continue to decorate your life. Once
Amen.
again, happy birthday in advance, and I
Amen.
pray you will celebrate many decades of fulfillment in Jesus' name. All
Amen.
right.
Thank you.
Having said that, I just want to contribute briefly anyway. um the last time we spoke, I said these survivors, some people don't even want to, they don't want to survive, they just want the way they have been living. I think just like you have said, irrespective
Mm,
of the situation one goes through, one should still be determined. And I think the answer to this is action. Survival strategy in the new normal is take action, stand up and do something. Honestly speaking, Ambassador, if there is new normal A, new normal B, new normal C and D, and people are not ready to stand up and find solution, even the solution is not up to the level one expected, but at least
mm,
it will still cushion some effect and you keep going. That has kept me going. Even
mm,
sometimes when it wants to look like things are going down, and my spirit wants to be down, I will encourage myself. The Bible said David
mm,
encouraged himself in God, and I will live again. And just little effort here and there again, you see that I bounce back again and again. I'm moving like that. That
mm,
has kept me going. So just
mm,
like we said, in the face of obstacles, in the face of you know uncertainties, in the face of no help situation, you can still stand up and encourage yourself. Look around you. What
mm,
can you do with your two hands? You once
mm,
said it, Ambassador, pé àtẹ́lẹ̀ ni ò kí ń tọ́ni jẹ. Your
mm,
two hands, honestly speaking, your two hands. There was a
mm,
time in my life that Ambassador, originally I studied accountancy and finance at Yaba College of Technology.
mm,
Originally, I studied accountancy, but here and there, things could not work. I remember the last time I decided to look for a job, then having carried us through all stress, all rigors, all situations, and they were to employ us then at this Chicken Republic when they first opened as supervisors, accounting supervisors, and having done all the old interview, everything, and suddenly that minute, some guys just brought their own candidates and laid and they just struck out our names, and I felt so bad, like why should I, having gone through all this, and I just tried many places again for this job and it was not just coming, and I said, okay, what can I do? And then I had the idea of, okay, I'm very good at something, children, the department, my church. I was the head of children, like that, like that, like that. And that was when this Atelewe Tony just started. And when we got to a new location, and I just gathered the children in my environment, and I started taking them free lesson. I would teach them free lesson in the evening when they come back to school, while I took care of my baby there. I had my last baby there. While I took care of her in the morning till around the afternoon. And when they come back from school, I'll gather them in my compound and I'll be teaching them. I'll be teaching them free of charge. And gradually the parents looked at me and said they started appreciating me. And wow. And then it dawned on me that if we could do this, why not take a step further? Forget about the accountancy thing. You can still become another thing here. And the passion grew. And then I went back to go and study primary education and English studies at Adeniro Gosanya College of Education. So, and that the spirit came alive. Even before I finished, I was already, making little money. And all this daily, come and pay daily, come and pay daily, come and pay daily, daily. And things were already changing. So at the time, I found out that the money I was even making monthly was like as if they would pay me what they wanted to pay me times 3 from that job. And I was so in love with that, and I picked it up, and that geared me up. And today I know how it has taken me. Just like you said. And even right now, I found out that the situation of school in my private school is not, some challenges here and there. I'm already looking at something else. So what am I trying to say? During the COVID-19, I did a lot of things. During the COVID-19, I have learned how to make soap. Even along that line, I learned how to make soap. Like I can do soap now, but if I have the mobilization, I can actually float soap, bar soap, detergent, or not even liquid soap, detergent, bar soap, even bathing soap. I can float the company. If I have all the things which I'm still thinking about. So during COVID-19, because I have learned that sometimes. So during COVID-19, I was doing that. I was doing it. I added the liquid soap with it. You understand? Those were the things that made me survive the COVID-19 period when we were at home, no school for a long time. I was doing that soap. I was selling. Then I dived into plantain. I just bought the machine here and there. I dived into it. I tried it. And I thought people were buying it. And I said, wow, these are all future businesses. Then finally, during the COVID-19, there was a training held from association about bread making, and I enrolled for it again. As I am now, I can bake modern bread. If I have all the oven, all everything, in fact, I can bake coconut bread, sardine bread, any kind of bread, whichever one you think. In fact, at a time during COVID, I was baking my bread myself. Even till very recently, I still have my pans, I have everything. I still bake my bread. I can bake my bread myself. So these are future businesses. Once enough capital is there, once which I'm planning on. So that bread that was baking during that COVID-19, I had one of my staff too that was close to me. So once I finished baking with his son, then they will carry it to go and to give certain people. And people were rushing it. And before you knew, people were like, they were asking her, Ablashe auntie o ṣe bread leni ni, bread auntie nko, anduro afefi muti o mo fe fi muti lálẹ́ yìí o, what? And I was just catching up. But at the same time, money started coming. So during those periods, there are many things you can do in order to survive the new normal. You need to look inward. You need to tell your hands, let us do something. What can you do? What area are you good at? See, it's in Nigeria today now, Ambassador, nobody is helping anybody. In fact, if you cannot call somebody now and say you need help, because everybody have their own problem now. Like, let me tell you the truth. You see somebody driving car now. You see somebody driving car, somebody driving jeep. Some of them to buy fuel in that jeep now is problem. They are just packaging. You see somebody driving the best of car now. Some of them park cars. They only carry car once in a week. Some of them join bus. So if you see a home that is so beautiful now, some of them they are managing to eat. Some of them, the fathers of the house does not have job again. The mother is just struggling with the children. So of things. Many people in Nigeria now, to survive, you just have to think of something. What do you have? You that is living in duplex. You are living in a two plots of land together. You be there. Your city room is as long as a palace. And you are just there alone, maybe 5 of you. Many people are thinking now, what are you doing with that? And you are there, you don't have money, you are begging, you are struggling. Why not cut part of that building, change it to maybe to 2-bedroom flats? By the time you have two-bedroom flat now times 2 in Nigeria today, in my environment, and people come and rent it, you will know what I'm talking about. There is millions now. Even a room self-contained now in my environment is going for as much as 500 to 600, and in areas like Ilupeju going for like 1.2 million. So what are we talking about? You just look into what you have, your backyard, your backyard. You have a land there. That land is not occupied. Dr. Makinde was telling me that when we were going to the farm, that one of his friends at Ikorodu also, just a little portion of land, the man was making 40,000 naira almost every 3 weeks or one month from Ugu, just at the park. Little, and the man was now like, if I can make this from this small portion, I want to get more acres. And that was what brought him closer to doctor. And some people, even at their backyard alone, they have plantains, they have this, so like the ARE land, if you cannot buy, why don't you rent two plots and plant something there? Between now and January, you're already cashing out. Why don't you get people? Why don't you go and get some people now that they came to me this and that, and I told them, go and bring people to buy the ARE land. If you bring people to buy the ARE land, you are going to make money. Some of them are already. So the survival we are talking about, sir, is in you. It's in the person. Nobody will come and survive for you now, because everybody have their own load to carry now in Nigeria today. In short, the problem of Nigeria now is too much for everybody. So nobody is thinking about you. You are the one that will stand up. If you are okay with the poverty, then you can stay there. If you are not okay, then stand up. In my area here, we have super, we have Kadangwa. If you don't know what to do at all, if the thing is crumbling, you can't just go there, look for little money, go and be buying this fairly used clothes, buy there, come to your area, pour it on the ground and say people will buy. Is what I've done before, Ambassador. I've done it before. I've sold super Katangwa before. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Those are the things that strengthened me. I could buy one shirt for just maybe 500 naira then, and I could sell it for like 3,000 naira. Ambassador, that business pays. You see people coming there. I was at Ogba. Come to Ogba, come and buy one shirt here 500. You go and sell it at Ogba for 3,000, and the ladies will buy it. When they iron it, you think they bought it from America. So there are many things you can do. You can survive now if you determine to survive. That's what I'm saying. So you cannot just be okay with begging people for money. Yes, you cannot be okay with begging people for money. You cannot be okay with the tertiary they will give you. When you finish eating, you are looking for another one again. That life cannot sustain anybody. For you to sustain yourself in this new condition we find ourselves in the country, look, you can do something. There is not just nothing. Ugu, ordinary Ugu. If some people make as far as 20, 30, 40,000, 50,000 in Ugu at the nearby market in a day, I might say I don't want that back. So what are we talking about in a nutshell? You need to survive. You need to think about it. You need to be interested in it, and you need to make a move. Because if you don't make a move, you just be talking and talking, just like Ambassador said. This now, people that talk too much now, I don't like staying beside them. Because I'm just thinking in my brain now, what I'll do next. Yes, what I'll do next. If what you are talking about is not progressive like what we are doing here at the global clusters, if it's not progressive like that mind surgery, I like to be there, because it's always there is a way that it makes life to resonate. When it makes somebody to want to come alive and become somebody. If it's not that kind of meeting, if you are talking too much beside me, I don't like it again, because it's disturbing my thinking, my reasoning. So, sir, as I round up, we have this opportunity now. In all we do here at the global cluster, we have the ARE land. At least, even if it is two, you can say in 3 months, even the commission, at least we eat food. And once food is out of the problem, yes, once food is out of the problem, then the problem is half solved. Food, because if you cannot eat, you cannot think, you cannot reason, you cannot do anything. So instead of sitting down, somebody was telling me that day, I brought her to the global cluster and she was telling me I should please anything I can help her and this and that, and she did this, she did that. I just waited though, ambassador. I allowed her to finish everything from beginning to the end. She thought okay, the not share you, and I told her, look, I have a project, I have business you can do. You can even make 1 million in a month if you work, if you move. Have come and join us, let us sell and see. This is what I'm doing. Sometimes I'm down with cash, but once I do one again, I break through. Some at least that day I will eat good food, I will cook good soup. At least that day you will know I will, and it has solved problem. The area, the global clusters have solved problem for me. I told you when I wanted to do my daughter's wedding, that final moment I was carrying nothing again. And I remember I had money in my account there in the global cluster, our, what do I call it? And at the end of the day, I just called the ambassador. Ambassador, please, this is the situation. I need this money. Right the way, I will never forget that day. Right there, ambassador processed the money for me, and within 30 minutes, I got the money in my account. And my daughter was like, hey, mommy, where did you see money? I said, don't worry. I said, it's global cluster. I say, global cluster, they are paying like this. And that money that day, in fact, that was the final moment of that wedding where I needed to sort some urgent needs. And that's what, if I did not walk inside, if I did not have that, there will I go. You cannot withdraw where you don't have. You cannot come and be disturbing my life. You need money. You need money. Even when myself, I'm working, I'm working. I've been to Lana severally. Sometimes when we go there, you see me the way I put on my boots. You see me the way I'm walking around, and you now say, so we need to be determined. In summary, for us to survive in the new normal, we should not just be talking and talking. We should take action. We should do something. Start something. Do something. Take something and do it as in action. Take action, and you will see that in no time you can feed. In no time you can still have remnants. In no time you can save. And before you do it within a year, you see that things have changed. And you see your status changing. So if we can do something, we will survive in the new normal. Thank you for the opportunity once again, Ambassador, and happy birthday in advance. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Wow, I can see the energy, I can see the tenacity. You see, people do a lot to survive in the new normal, and you can see you've heard from Ambassador Apostle that he has done so many things to survive, and currently he's a school owner, he's a politician, he's a mother, he's an entrepreneur, and he's, just keep it going and all of that. And you can see the place of focus in what she has mentioned. Presently, she's currently focused at the point she focused on, okay, I read accountancy and I see that I have this skill to teach. Okay, let me go and focus on getting a certificate on it, which she did, and now she's taking it to the next level. Today, she owns a secondary school, a primary school, and nursery school. So thank you very much. Let's get submission from Clusteran Adeyemi Omoyoa. What's your take on survival strategies in the new normal? We're considering focus as a strategy. What's your take on this?
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everybody. Ẹ̀bẹ̀lẹ̀ mo yá òyìnbó yẹn ni mo yá lọ́wọ́ mọ́mì ni. Ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́ sà, ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́. Nǹkan tí mo yá lórí mi ò ní mọ́ọ̀ṣì. Wọ́n máa lò díẹ̀díẹ̀ ni.
Kó má rí bàá ti tán.
Kó má lọ tán. So, surviving strategies in the normal and focus as strategies. Yes. Ṣẹ́rí ilé ayé máa ń bìlífù nínú kankan pé wọ́n ní igi atẹnumọ́ràn kan, iṣu atẹnumọ́ràn kì í jóná. That's it. Tẹ́ṣí bá dẹ̀ dàyàn nù, èèyàn máa ń ṣe ìdùnnú. Mo máa ń sọ sí nìkan fáwọn èèyàn yìí pé some ladies wọ́n máa ní, torí mi ò lólùrànlọ́wọ́, torí ẹ̀ ni mo ṣe ń ṣe aṣẹ́wó, mi ò lẹ́ni tó fẹ́ help mi o. Mi ò ní ìyá, mi ò ní bàbá. I used to tell girls around me, I said the only thing I can say about my parents is that mo dúpẹ́ pé wọ́n bí mi sáyé, wọn ò dẹ̀ rọ mí pa. That's the only thing. And that's the nǹkan táwọn ọmọ lè sọ wípé nǹkan tá a ṣe fọ́mọ yìí rè, wọn ò rán mi kọjá primary 2. Everything that I achieved in my life, I did it myself. Kò dẹ̀ ṣe pé bí a pé with the support of pé bí ọkùnrin kan wà níbì kan, obìnrin bó ṣe rí, because tẹ́lú mi bá rí irú èmi báyìí nísìn. Some people always judge me wrongly. They always judge my book with cover. Pé ọmọ tó jẹ́ ṣe kìíní, ó máa is a lie o. When you are closer to me, you know that ojú tó fi ń wò mí ní àáfàá yẹn, ó yàtọ̀ sí the real me. She understand? So èmi believe nǹkan kan pé okay, mo wo bí tí mo ti jáde wá pé bàbá àti ìyá yìí wọ́n ń gbìyànjú o, wọ́n ń try o, but omi pọ̀ jọ kà wọ́n lọ. Kí ni next thing fún mi láti ṣe? Okay, mo decide pé mi ì fẹ́ dúró sílé mọ́, mo fẹ́ kúrò lábẹ́ yín. Mo kàn fẹ́ jáde lọ sínú ayé, mo fẹ́ mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. I had to leave my parents when I was at the age of like 5 or 7 years. Mo ti kúrò nílé. Ibi tí mo lọ tán mú mi pé máa tọ́jú ẹ tó bá ti dé Èkó, máa ṣe kinní gan. Ọjọ́ mẹ́ta péré náà fi tọ́jú mi. Ẹ̀mí mi fẹ́ bọ́ mi ò kúrò. Despite the suffering, the struggle, àwọn tó bá mi bẹ̀ gan, wọ́n máa lọ ni. Ọmọ yìí wá sá lọ, ìyá yìí máa pa ẹ̀dá ni mo ní ẹ má worry. I must achieve something. Mo make sure pé mo gba certificate primary school kí n tó kúrò lọ́dọ̀ ìyá yẹn. Despite the struggle, the sufferness, the torture, like nǹkan tójú mi ti rí a small girl like this ẹlòmíì tó ju ọjọ́ orí mi lọ tó bá rí àfọ̀ ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ lè ti bọ́. But mo focus pé a ní nǹkan yìí ṣe mo fẹ́ achieve ẹ̀. Tí máa fẹsẹ̀ rìn láti padà lọ sẹ́gbẹ́dà, no be small thing o. Wọ́n ṣe pé wọn ò lówó o, but àwọn èèyàn kan wà tó jẹ́ pé they are just wicked naturally. She understand? Ọkọ̀ wicked, kò ṣe pé owó yẹn ò sí lọ́wọ́ wọn. But gbogbo nǹkan yẹn wọ́n ṣáà ṣe láti fi frustrate mi dà tèmi náà dẹ̀ mọ̀, but mo wò pé I stay focused. Mo mọ̀ pé bí tí mo ti ń bọ̀ mi fẹ́ padà síbẹ̀ MTN. Tí bá padà sí ìlú ń sè, kí ni mo fẹ́ sọ fún wọn lù pé mo achieve? Ibi tí mo ti kúrò, I made sure I was focused. I was like mo serious débi pé ẹ máa wò pé ọmọ yìí, because mo mọ̀ nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ fúnra mi. I know what I want for myself. Nígbà tí mo rí pé wọ́n rán mi lọ school, I make sure mo make sure mo ṣe nǹkan tó padà fi rán mi lọ sí school fúnra wọn pé ó yá wá máa tẹ̀ bó tẹ̀ jẹ́ public school wọ́n máa lọ. But tó bá ń lọ school mi ò lówó mọ́tò. I had to trek from Ìpájà dé Ẹgbẹ́dá. Inú Pọ́nlé bus stop ní school mi wà. Mo máa fẹsẹ̀ rìn já sí gbangba síbẹ̀ ni. But mi ò relent, mi ìjókòó mo mọ̀ pé nǹkan yìí mo fẹ́ ṣe, I want it. Àgbà tí mo get ọjọ́ tí mo parí primary school mi, mo gbẹ́rù mi pé mi ò ṣe mọ́ o. Ìyá yẹn ibi tí ó wicked dé, ó ra ọmọ orogún ló máa fi nà mí. Ọmọ orogún. But mo ṣì dúró síbẹ̀ pé àwọn tó bá mi bẹ̀, kódà ìgbà tí mo kúrò, ìyá tó mọ ọmọ ẹ̀ lọ síbẹ̀ tán ní àyàn ọmọ sí ẹ̀ kí n ná forí tiẹ̀ ṣe kíní kan, ọmọ ẹ̀ ò lo ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì. Tó ó dà pé ọmọ ẹ̀ ó ń lọ ṣọ lọ́wọ́ ni. Tán fi áyọ̀n jó lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ tí pé kò mọṣẹ́. Tọ́mọ ẹ̀ fi padà wá sílé pé ẹbí chai ibi tó lọ yẹn o, ó chai gan. Mo ní ìgbà tí mo dé, ìyá àti bàbá tó bí mi lọ́mọ gan wọn dá mi mọ̀ pé èmi rè níbi tó worst dé. So mo focus, mo wò pé kò ń ṣe pé bí a pé mi ò lóbi bọ̀ wọn lágbára, ṣé màá pa wọn dànù ni? Mi lè pa wọn náà. Lẹ́sọ̀ yẹn náà gbà tí mo tún délé mo wò pé ilé ìkò ń ṣe bí tí mo lè tún jókòó sí pé kinní kan. Mo lọ school, mo wọ secondary school ní village. Kódà èmi gan fẹ́ mọ̀wé já àwọn tíṣà lọ. Mo wò pé ibà yóò ń ṣe fún mi o. Mo tún gbẹ́rù mi, mo tún ṣe kíni? Mo tún padà s'Ékòó. Ibi tí mo tún lọ gbé nínú báràkì, nígbà tí àwọn yẹn máa bẹ̀rẹ̀, ìgbà tí wọ́n máa lé mi kúrò lọ́dọ̀ wọn, nígbà tí ìyàwó ní ọkọ òun ti fẹ́ máa fẹ́ mi, ó ti láìkì mi jù. Aṣọ ẹyọ kan ṣo mi ì mú kúrò lọ́dọ̀, gbogbo aṣọ tó rà fún mi pátápátá wọ́n gbà lọ́wọ́ mi. Wọ́n fi mí lé mọ́tò ni. Wọ́n fún mi ní 5 naira báyìí. But mo ṣì stay focus pé sẹ́ àní nǹkan yìí mo fẹ́ ṣe, mo máa ṣe. Nígbà tí mo wo tí mi ì mojú ẹ̀, ẹ mọ̀ àwọn èèyàn àwọn ẹlòmíì ò lè ṣiṣẹ́ they will be like pẹ̀lú gbogbo status mi, pẹ̀lú mo ṣe fine, pẹ̀lú how beautiful I am, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. And nǹkan yẹn ó affect a lot of people. Ta ni ẹ, who are you? iṣẹ́ wo lo tó bá lè ṣiṣẹ́ you will make it. I have to go and sell zobo. Mo máa ń ṣe zobo, mo máa ń lọ tà nínú ọjà Ògúnmákin. Ẹ tó bá mọ Ògúnmákin dáadáa ní 4 Square Camp. Ibẹ̀ ni mo ti máa ń lọ ta zobo ní about yẹn ọjọ́ ọjà Ògúnmákin. Máa gbé zobo lọ, mo wọ́wọ́ WAEC. Mo máa lọ tà. Nígbà yẹn, àwọn ìwọ ọmọ tó fáìn báyìí tó wá ń kiri zobo, ọ̀gbẹ́ni fáìgẹ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ la fi ń make owó. Tó bá mọ̀ pé mo fáìn mi gbọ́dọ̀ máa ta zobo, kówó fún mi, mo ní ìdí owó. So mo stay like I was focused. Ìgbà tó yá kò síbi tí mo máa gbé, mo ń gbénu. Nígbà yẹn nínú corridor ní Abẹ́òkúta mo dẹ̀ sùn corridor ilé ìyá ẹ̀ mo sùn fún good 3 months ni mo fi sùn bẹ̀. Ó ṣe pé kò sọ ọkùnrin tó máa ní ẹ wá máa bá mi gbé màá ní tó tí ì fẹ́ mi sílé kí n wá kẹ́rù kí n máa gbé pẹ̀lú ẹ. Tó bá ti lò mí tó bá ti sú ẹ wá padà tì mí jáde náà ni. No. I have to achieve something. I want to achieve something in life. But when people see me outside, they feel like, ìwọ ń gbádùn máa kàn wò ẹ́ pé ó dà kó mọ tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Àwọn tó ń fẹ̀yìn ni èmi fúnyàn ni. You understand? I stay focused. I was like, mo dúró pé ṣe mo fẹ́ jẹ́ nǹkan kan. Because ẹ mọ̀, àwọn bàbá tiwa, àwọn bàbá yìí àtijọ́ yẹn ni tó ti máa jáde pé àwọn ọmọ kan ló máa da, ọmọ kan ni ò ní ṣoríire. So I was among the children that they told my dad pé tẹ́ bá náwó púpọ̀ sórí ọmọ yìí, eléyìí kò lè san jọ because I was a very stubborn girl, normal. Nígbà tí mi wà kékeré mi ò ráyè. Tó bá ṣe wèrè máa sáré ṣiyẹ́. So all those things ojú yẹn làwọn èèyàn fi ń wò mí pé pẹ̀lú ọmọ tó ná gidi tó máa ń ṣe bí kíní eléyìí kò ní sanjọ́. So my daddy sit down and wọ́n ti ló lè sanjọ́ so mi gbọ́dọ̀ waste owó mi lé lórí. Mo dẹ̀ pé ẹ máa wọ̀rí èmi tó ní mi ní sanjọ́ yẹn màá wá jẹ́ kó yé yín pé èmi gangan ni máa padà tọ́jú yín jù ẹ má wọ̀rí o. Mo lọ then tí bá lọ lé ọdún bàbá tó bí mi lọ́mọ máa sọ fún mi pé tó bá sì mọ̀ pé olówó mọ́tò má máa wá lé ọdún ṣọ́kà wọn pé wọ́n níwọ ló kùn. Ọjọ́ yẹn mo wúra mi báyìí mo dẹ̀ sunkún mo ní láti lọ bá mọ̀ èmi pé mọ̀ èmi ṣé dáàdì mi kọ́ ló dùn mí. Ó náà mo bí ẹ fún. Bọ̀ mo tún wò pé kò sí wàhálà ẹ má wọ̀rí kò ní séwu. Ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tí èmi náà mi ò jókòó mi ò sùn mo dẹ̀ ń sún díẹ̀díẹ̀. Ọjọ́ tí máa kọ́ mo ṣiṣẹ́ tí mo ń gba 5,000 nínú Nípẹ̀dé market ní Kútọ̀. Mo ń jájọ máa wò pé èló ní 5,000. Èló ní 5,000 but I know I have the determination. Ṣé mo máa ń sọ mo sọ kíní kan níjọ́ wọ́n pé tó bá ń gbàdúrà tó bá ní ìkíyèsára àdúrà ẹ bí ariwo lásán ni. Tó bá wà focus tó wà determine òun ṣera ẹni. These two things are working together. O gbọ́dọ̀ ní focus kó dẹ̀ wà determine pé nǹkan mo fẹ́ ṣe. Má jẹ́ kí ọkọ sọ fún ẹ pé kíní nǹkan lè work irọ́ ni it go work. I did it. Nígbà tí mo wọ́pọ̀ máa rí iṣẹ́ tó ní ọ̀fẹ́ fún mi 30,000. Àwa mẹ́rìnlá àwọn bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ yẹn mo ní àbá mẹ́rìnlá fẹ́ máa pín 30K. Wọ́n ní ìwọ nìkan mọ́lẹ́ mi nìkan kò ṣẹlẹ̀ rí. Nígbà tí mo gba salary yẹn mo kọ́kọ́ lọ sínú àjà mo ra nǹkan mo gbé lọlé fún mọ̀mí àti dáàdì mo wá pín wọn sí pálọ̀ mo sọ̀rọ̀ sí wọn dáàdì mi ń sunkún ni mo ní fine normal tó bá yẹ pé ẹ tọ́jú mi náà ni mo lè má ní focus mo lè má ní determine kémi gan ti wà lábúlé kí n ti sàdá sókè kí n ti tún mú. So bí Ọlọ́run ṣe sọ pé mi fẹ́ rìnrìn àjò mi bẹ́ẹ̀ mo ṣe rìn. So thank God mi ìfẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ ríra yín rí i pé àtọ́jú ọmọ yìí kò ní tọ́jú wa ẹ má wọrí o gbogbo nǹkan tí bá ní lágbára màá tọ́jú yín ẹ má rò pé torí pé ẹ tọ́jú mi ẹ gbàgbé lórí ẹ̀. So kí ló ń pààyàn àwọn kò tẹ pé they feel like nǹkan yìí mi lè ṣe tó bá ti ní focus kò sí nǹkan tí ò possible. Ẹ máa rò pé torí mi ní olùrànlọ́wọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo ṣe ń rìnrìn kùnrin tó ẹ̀ mo ṣe ń ṣe kíní kan nígbà tó di tí worst at worst tó tún ṣẹlẹ̀ pé after everything nǹkan tún dojúrú ó tún padà sábẹ́kúta. I had to start selling Indomie and egg. Táwọn èèyàn bá rí mi pé ìgbà tó yẹ àwọn kan ó sọ lẹ́yìn mi ó sọ lójú mi pé ọmọ yìí ń parọ́ ni iṣẹ́ aṣẹ́wó ló ń ṣe wọ́n fi Indomie àtẹ̀yìn bojú ni. No, I wasn't doing anything more than selling Indomie and egg but kò wù mí. Ṣó ti yẹ yín but mo wà focus. Èmi tẹ́ pé tí máa ń ṣe Indomie gbà mí báyìí màá dẹ̀ máa ké pé ìwọ Ọlọ́run àbúrò ayé wo ni mo wá báyìí. But mo tún ṣe kí ni mo tún wò pé no I have to be strong for myself. Máa lọ ta bọ́bọ́ọ̀fù láàárọ̀ máa ru zobo lálẹ́ nírọ̀lẹ́ máa ta lórí àtẹ̀yìn lálẹ́ kí tó close lọ sí ilé lọ sùn. Mi lọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ I don't have friend I don't buy things pé kíní kan mo máa ń sọ kíní kan fáwọn èèyàn ṣẹ́ ní nǹkan tó yẹ kẹ́lòmíì wà tó yẹ pé they are just poor they don't have anything now is because they copy they do competition. I'm not in competition with any fucking body. Tí ìgbé ayé ẹ bá ti ju tèmi lọ màá fi ẹ́ lẹ̀ ní wàá dá wà èmi máa ẹni kálukú wá ṣe láìfù ẹ̀ ni. Àkísà láṣọ achievement ló matter. Nǹkan tó bá achieve láyé òun gangan ló matter jù. It's not by buying clothes, going to club. Mo wà yìí lọ club rí láyé mi. And I have the freedom. I can do whatever I like. But mà wá láti ilé olówó. Mà ní ẹ̀kọ́ tó fẹ́ fẹ̀yìntì ìwọ nìkan mà ní kò mà sẹ́ni tó fẹ́ dá sí lọ́rùn. So mo focus. Nígbà tí ọjọ́ tí mo kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣe POS, èèyàn fi bú mi ni pé Adéyẹmí takoli tó ta ẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ tú fún mi. Mo ní mo ṣe máa tú takoli fún mi. Ṣáà lówó tó lè fi ṣe POS mi ni àmì olówó kẹ̀. Ẹ má wọrí. Tí mi bá gba POS kọ́sẹ̀ yìí tó jálẹ̀ ẹ kọ́ mi bastard. I did it. And God help me. Ṣé rí gbogbo nǹkan tí mo bá ṣe láyè ẹ máa focus. Nígbà tí mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ POS mi mo máa ń sọ. Mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ ṣe POS pẹ̀lú 5,000 naira. 5,000 ni mo fi bẹ̀rẹ̀.
Wow.
But Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ràn mí lọ́wọ́. Everything was working the way I wanted. And with prayer and effort and everything. Kò kàn ṣe pé kò kàn sùn tẹ́tẹ́rẹ́ kó máa tẹ́lẹ̀. Olúwa ràn mí lọ́wọ́. Olúwa ràn mí lọ́wọ́. Ìwọ gan ò ràn ẹ́ lọ́wọ́. Ní kọ́lọ́run ràn ẹ́ lọ́wọ́. Báwo lọ́lọ́run ṣe fẹ́ ràn ẹ́ lọ́wọ́? How now? Èèyàn tó fẹ́ ẹ̀bùn ẹ̀gan tó bá béèrè ìrànlọ́wọ́ lọ́wọ́ èèyàn gan, wọ́n máa kọ́kọ́ béèrè pé okay kó o ní 100,000 wá ní èlò. Know how to use it wisely. O lè mọ bó ṣe fẹ́ lò ó dáadáa. So ilé ayé yìí èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe kí ni? O gbọ́dọ̀ focus, o gbọ́dọ̀ mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe. But ìgbéraga ti bá yẹ ẹlòmíì jẹ. Mo ti réyàn tí mo pè rí pé okay mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ ríṣẹ́ cleaner. Wọ́n dẹ̀ máa fún ẹ ní 45,000. Accommodation wà ń bẹ̀ o. Feeding wà ń bẹ̀ o. Ó jẹ́ kó máa yé mi pé ọmọ ìwà láéláé yín ẹ má ẹ bá fi irú iṣẹ́ yẹn lọ mí mọ́. With my level, with my standard, iṣẹ́ cleaner kàbí àǹtí wàláhì ẹ má bínú. Mo ń ṣeré ni o. Mi ní ẹ̀bẹ̀ èmi máa ń ṣeré mà ní. Ìkẹ̀ máa ń fi 2 weeks yẹn tó pè mí pé àti ẹni ẹjọ́ ẹ fún mi ní 2K mo fẹ́ fi ṣọ́ọ̀bù ní owó cleaner kò ṣe náà o. Ẹni tó wà lè ṣiṣẹ́ cleaner kò lè ná owó cleaner o. That is it. Ṣé mo anyhow you have to survive, like you have to focus on yourself, focus on your life. Wọ́n ṣe pé tó bá ti rí ìyà kékeré kan wá sí pé ìyà tí mo jẹ àwa ti jìyà débi pé a máa ń yí ebi sáwẹ̀ ni. A máa yí ebi máa pa wá títí a máa yí sáwẹ̀ bíríbírí gidi wọn ó dà ta ló fẹ́ lọ ro tiẹ̀ fún ta ló fẹ́ sunkún sí lọ́rùn. And mi àmì kànáà fẹ́ tẹ́ pé mi ìmọ̀ ọmọ ṣe máa ń tọrọ nǹkan lọ́wọ́ èèyàn. I don't do it. Ojú máa ń tì mí ní ara kí wọ́n lọ béèrè gan kó má lọ fún mi màá máa blame ara mi pé kí ni mo béèrè nǹkan yìí fún lọ́wọ́ ẹni yìí. So better still kí n kúkú ṣe kí ni kí n kọjú mọ́ nǹkan tí mo mọ̀ ṣe. Nígbà táwọn àwọn kan wá sí Nàìjíríà ń gbàgbọ́ tó ń ta pọ́ọ̀tù àti kíní tó ń gbélé ní ìsọ̀nùmẹ̀ mi gbọ́ èdè wọn. Ẹ̀sà mo bá wọn ṣiṣẹ́. Àwọn èèyàn ń béèrè lómi pé báwo ló ṣe ń communicate pẹ̀lú àwọn pípé mo ní ẹ má wọrí kò lè yé yín. Ọgbọ́n ló gbà. Èmi àti ọ̀ṣà jọ ń ṣiṣẹ́ àjọ wà. Normal, that is it. So táwọn èèyàn gan bá rí effort ẹ pé ìwọ gan fúnra ẹ̀ ń gbìyànjú you are trying to survive. O ò dẹ̀ ṣe jura ẹ lọ ò kọjá àyè ẹ. Ẹlòmíì kọjá àyè ni òun ló affect ẹlòmíì di ibi tó wà léni. Nǹkan tó ò lágbára nǹkan tó ò tó wàá lò ojú lọ wàá máa ṣe show off. Níbi tí Nàìjíríà dé sí ẹnìkan ọ̀rẹ́ nìkan. Tó o bá lọ fẹ́ ṣe fọ́rífọ́rí wàá náà ṣe rẹ léṣe dànù because ẹni tó ń ṣe fọ́rífọ́rí ṣé mi tí jẹun látàárọ̀ ni wọ́n kan wá lọ múra gẹ́gẹ́rẹ́gẹ́ kan ló rò pé mo rí ẹ ìyìn rí ẹ torí tí mo fẹ́ jẹ ni èmi ń rò bí mo ṣe máa jẹun ni mò ń wò. So aṣọ tó wọ̀ yẹn kò bá mi ti ẹ̀ understand yẹ. So kọ́lọ́run ṣàánú wa ká má gba ní àkókò. You see this life you have to focus on something. Nǹkan tó mọ̀ ṣe tó gùdù lé lórí. Ẹ má jókòó pé kẹ́ máa fi blame ni. Tó bá jẹ́ pé bàbá mi àti ìyá mi ń lówó ni. Bóyá ilé ayé mi ò ní rí báyìí. Ìyá àti bàbá ẹ̀ náà lè nówó. Káyé ẹ má dà. Káyé ẹ má ní ìtumọ̀. Kó o má mọ̀ tó fẹ́ fi ilé ayé ṣe. Àwọn tẹ́ pé àwọn òbí wọn lówó náà tẹ́ pé at the end of pé àwọn òbí wọn lówó náà wọn ò jẹ́ nǹkan kan nínú ayé wọn ò gbádùn. So kọ́lọ́run ṣàánú wa kí Ọlọ́run má kọ̀ dé àìmọ̀ ṣe sí wa náà ní this life. You have to focus on whatever thing you are doing and God will help you. Nígbà tí mo mọ̀ pé mi ò mọ̀ òyìnbó sọ́ọ̀sìn yóò bá ní mò ń sọ. Ó dẹ̀ àdábùrù bẹ́ẹ̀.
Amazing. Wow. That was on point, and I believe we've all picked one or two from what she has said. Focusing on something, has made her to emerge, despite the fact that she was even looked down upon, that, maybe nothing can come out of her. I have King Abdulaziz here. Mike Oloko. So we're considering survival strategies in the new normal, and focus as a strategy. What's your take concerning this, and what do you think about it? What's your submission?
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Madam Adeyemi, thanks very much. Pẹ̀lú àwọn atótónu. Gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀, mo rí two other skills lára yín. Ẹ pé Bọ́lọ́mbà ní kẹ́ focus lórí ẹ̀, ẹ tún lè excel lórí ẹ̀. Understand? So, Ọlọ́run bless yín gan pẹ̀lú talent. Focus more into your inner energy. Ẹ rí pé àwọn other talent ẹni wọ́n máa ṣí síta tẹ́tún máa add ẹ̀ mọ́ èyí tẹ́tí ní ẹ̀dẹ́ excel lórí ẹ̀. For me, I want to explore this topic in a more deeper way, because when people talk about focus, we only think that we should put our attention and sustain that attention towards whatsoever we're doing to stay away from distraction, so that we'll be able to achieve it. But I will take it from the mental and neuroscience aspect. And whenever I see people being lazy or who are insolent, it is not that they do not have hand or do not have brain just like I have. But you see, we all fall into these three categories. I will start from the bottom. There are some of us in life that we need to be pushed in order to realize that I can do this thing. And if such people are not within or do not position themselves with the right set of people who understand that they have to invest in order. You understand? Such people will not attain their full potential in life. There are some people who naturally, they are booster on their own. They have that inner energy. They can recognize their own talent. They can identify their own strength. But mostly problem that they have is that how to consume that energy and ability to transform it into something that will be productive to them. Why the third class are people who have that innate ability. They can identify it. They know they have it. And somehow they have invested so much in it. And they were able to turn their life all around. And such people, you see, it is not what they study in the school or the trade skill that they have, but they find out that their innate calling to life, to this world, is different from what they have learned. And immediately they see it, they invested in it, and you will see that they excel so much that they become a force to be contented with in life. Or the true skill that they have. So with this, I also want to say, with the natural principle,
Mr. Niger,
we all have been created, and tools that we need, the faculty tools that we need to stay focused, has been naturally inherent in us. And most times we see that we got ourselves in a wrong direction, not because there is much distraction outside there. It's because we ourselves internally, we have distracted ourselves. One of those ways is that when somebody is the jack of all trade, I'm not saying, when I say jack of all trade, you are doing this, you have not followed it up to a reasonable stage. You jump to another. So many times when you have things like this, you realize that you will not be able to stay focused about what is actually your callings and what you are expected to do with all these options that you have. Secondly, is that most times we do not position ourselves strategically with peer groups we're moving with the cycle of our friends that we keep, or the neighborhood where we live. These three factors is key. And I would like to share a story about myself, about positioning, that helped me to realize my inner talent, and I was able to use my energy to stay focused and build on it. You see, I grew up in Surulere, and precisely Aguda area, and much also in Ilorin, Kwara State. What I realized is that in Aguda then, I find myself in that street where I am. I find myself as the only resourceful person that every other people are coming to come and meet for advice, or they wanted to do something, and I am the rally point. And most times, even the landlords then, they will say, go and meet him. He will do it. I'll be the one to help them with a water board, help them with a NEPA, help them with this and with them that, without focusing on my own self. And as a matter of fact, I now like being a local champion within that neighborhood. What I'm trying to say is that it got to a point in time I've become drained because I do not have people who will be as a support to me, to open my eyes and give me knowledge to add to what I have. All what I have as knowledge, as skill, I'm giving it out. And I become drained. Not until when I started, you see, it got to a point, let me put it like this, that I do not have that mental opening to realize that there are better world outside there. And I so much believe in that locality. We wake up in the morning, we discuss politics, we discuss football, you understand, and at the end of the day, we find ourselves at a junction of Yalagbo, we drink Agbo. By the time we do all these things, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock have reached, you go back. Not until a particular time, I move out. One day, I just felt that I am drained. I don't know. And I move out. And I met a secondary school mate that we finished together in a secondary school in Ilorin. I met him in Alaka. He was looking very nice and he's doing well. Then we started talking. It is from him I realized, he told me that the business is doing that, though he is a graduate of finance from the University of Ilorin, but he is not using that as a career, that he is into scrap business. That he learned this from an Hausa guy who is a Mobola in the opposite side of Alaka Estate, which is in Kwari. And there, that's where the Mala used to offtake, collect this thing. So he now makes so much investigation from the guy. The guy now told him how they collect from this guy, pay them, then they will now take it to some companies in Lagos here and even in the north. They will buy all this metal scrap and this plastic and even carton. And from there, they will use recycle it and turn it into something. From there, I started meeting people. Now, when I started talking with these new people, I realized that their thinking is quite different. In fact, in that mosque, in Kwari Central Mosque, in Alaka, where we used to pray, in Alaka Estate there, you understand, they used to have a business section for the youth where they will sit down, discuss, bring case study, and they will even put money together to run some business. It is from there I now got revitalized by learning from other people. You understand? From there, I now got that inner energy back to realize that I have a skill within me, a talent that I can actually turn into a business. That is how I started my own little consultancy, packaging, trainings for local people. Instead, at times, some of these training that they will have to go and pay so much money, there's a way I will facilitate it within the mosque or outside, even within the church area, that will do this. And global president, within 3 years, I was able to gather money. I bought land in Egweda. Wow. The next 3 years that followed, I was able to have my own bungalow of 4 bedroom that I am living now. Wow. I wanted to bring out of this is that the ability to remain focused had been actually been imputed into our being as a natural gift. But if you do not position yourself strategically at times, you might not be able to find the spark within yourself. You will be distracted and you will never be able to focus on that inner energy and ability that you have that you can turn into something productive. And that is why I will say, yes, focus as a strategy is key in anything, to stay away from distraction. But for you to attain this full potential, you must strategically position yourself. Like the last speaker, Madam Izito Yale, she had positioned herself to leave the comfort zone of her parent to somewhere else. So it wasn't easy. But those was the fire that actually boiled her and grew her to make her what she is today. So this in life is key. And for us to survive this new normal that we have, or this dynamic world that we are, we need to upscale ourselves in the skill of focusing as a strategy. And it's key for us so that we'll be able to do this. Because ordinarily, with the happening in the country today, there are a lot of distraction. A lot of distraction. When everybody, we are all clamoring, things are very expensive in this now. You cannot even afford food. You can't do that. You can't do this. With the little I am earning, do you know that the hardship somehow has even opened my brain towards something? I never knew about bulk buying before. But now I will drive down to either my 12th market. At times I don't even drive. I will go by public bus, or I will go to Oja Ilepo after Abulegba, or before we go to Abulegba. I will buy things, pepper, tomato, all these things in bulk that I know can sustain me and my family for a period of 2 months, 1 month. And by the time you buy this thing in bulk, you'll be able to save. Global President, I want to tell you now that I have introduced my neighborhood into this. Do you know that every 3 months we will contribute money together? We will kill one cow and share among ourselves. Wow. In the neighborhood. That's great. We have contacts also as far as Benue and Abuja. Once the yam is out, the least contribution is 5,000, 10,000. We'll gather this money and we'll bring load of yams to Lagos. Wow. And we share among ourselves. You must create a cluster. You have to create an hub in this park hub so that we can take this to the next level. You understand? With this, we involve our wives, and in fact, it becomes something that helps us. Yes. I like this. Yes. Yes, to focus on the main aspect of life. The Yoruba will say, when you're able to navigate around all these things, especially with the situation of the country now, you'll be able to have that mindset and psychological mental states that will help you to focus on what are the solution and what are the next step for you to utilize the bad economy, find a solution, create a business solution, create a solution for yourself, and create a solution for your state of mind that will help you to stay alive and fight the battle that we want a better government in Nigeria. Because person that cannot eat well or do not have anything to do, you understand, will not be able to stay focused on this aspect that I'm telling you. And that is what I used to tell a lot of Nigeria, that yes, the country is bad. Sincerely, it's not easy. But within your means, find a way around it so that you stay focused and you have the right frame of mind so that you'll be able to focus on what is productive to yourself, your family. And this is just it. Thank you very much. I can't say more than this. Thank you.
Wow. You see, this bulk purchase, because I want to link some people up. So let's connect on the Spark Up. Please kindly sign up on the Spark Up and look for me, Ambassador Dr. Adekunle Badmus. Let's connect. We can create an hub for it. And some family men now are listening. So, and some people, we're going to link them up and we're going to take advantage of it. And again, we have a farmers market. If there's we created the latest farmers market in Nigeria, which we have in beside the Lekki. Very neat. Màálù yín ẹlẹ́pin nílé ọ̀dọ̀ wa a máa ń ṣe bí 35 to 40 cows per day. Again, so, and we are building the biggest one in Abuja, where we're going to be doing about 1,000 cows per day there. So wonderful one. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts on this topic. We have the 002 Genuine Love Revolution of the Global Cluster in the person of Cluster and Cypran Nwankwo. What's your take on today's survival strategies in the new normal? We're considering focus as a strategy. What's your take on it? Cluster and Cypran.
All right. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. President.
Excellent to have you.
Everyone in the house.
Yes.
Yeah. Talking about focus. What you are focusing on is as important as the focus itself. What you are focusing on is as important as focus itself. Yeah. One thing is that you cannot focus everything. You cannot focus on everything. Focus is targeting certain things out of many. So now, coming to survival strategy, focus as a strategy. It's first important to analyze, for one to analyze himself or herself, and then to be able to pin or figure out where they actually need survival the most. Yeah, that's it. So that you at least know where you want to target your energy. Remember I said before, you cannot focus on everything. Focus means you are picking things out of many. So when you must have picked the particular area you believe you need survival the most, then you give it the energy, give it your time, give it everything you've got. Everything you've got. It's not as if You cannot extend your hands to other things, but it's always good to start with building one thing before you move to another. Yes, because we have a lot of people we can use as example today. They started with one thing, and then when they perfected it, they were able to expand, and it's working out for them. Why? If you started with something and you did not perfect that, you started another thing. The sad reality is that both of them may fail. Both of them may fail. Yes. So it's good to start with one thing, then expand into another thing. When you must have mastered that thing. Another important thing for us to note is that what you focus on grow. Why what you don't focus on dies. What you focus on grows. Yeah. It's very, very, very important. That is why it's important we are positive as a people. Yeah. Every single thing happening to you might be happening to the next person you are seeing every day, or even all the people within your area. But at the end of the day, you find out that some people are doing so well, while some are average, while some are not doing anything at all. Yes. The same thing is happening to every of them. What stands out? Their ability to look at the brighter side of things. All these people within the locality are facing the same challenge or the same challenges. But at the end of the day, you see that this person is doing so well. This person is average. This person is not doing anything at all. It's determined, the success each of them record is determined by their ability to focus and what they are focusing on. Everywhere there is a problem, it is opportunity to build a business. Yes. We don't have power over what happens to us, but we have power over how we react to that thing that happened to us. If our market, if our business, if our shop gets burnt, all the people within the locality, the next person, the person that goes ahead to find out how the shop can be rebuilt, will always stay ahead of the person that stayed at home to mourn the losses. So every point in time, we should look at the good side of things. We should also put in our energy, put in determination. Yes, every other thing will work if what you're focusing on is really, really something of value. If it's not something of value, you're going to be very good with that particular thing you're focusing on, but the thing will not be so good to you because it's not actually something of value. So definitely, you are giving your focus, you are doing everything, but you're not getting anything because what you're focusing on is not really that good. If you are positive, it will help us. Let me just say a little about the relationship aspect before I round up. Let me just say a little about relationship aspect. Yeah. Yesterday, in our society today, there is a lot of cases of relationship that, in fact, they are all negative, or most of them are negative. Not that they are all negative, most of them are negative. We hear the news of divorce. We hear families separating, having issues. One has been trending for weeks now, if not because of the recent thing that happened. It would have been trending up to today. Yeah, and yesterday on Saturday during the first lecture we had in the Sensible and Ready Premata Academy, one of the participants asked, she was like, okay, all we have been receiving today, all the trainings we are receiving today is how we can make our marriage great, how we can make our relationship good, things we need to do even now that we are single to make sure that we are setting ourselves up for a good marriage. She came across a video on TikTok where a lady was narrating her ordeal in her life, how her marriage scattered her whole life. She married, she placed trust, she wanted to be the best in that marriage, but unfortunately, the person she married to didn't share the same idea. It was it brought a lot of issues, frustrated her until she left the marriage and all that. So when the lady opened the comment section to read people, because of course the post was already going viral, she was surprised to see that 90% of the women commenting on that particular video, we are saying that what the lady said is the truth. In fact, she said that one of them said that he started this marriage, it was so sweet, and she was praising the husband up and down, thinking that he married sent. But unfortunately, one day she realized that he's just the same as all she's been hearing of men. So at the end of the day, she was kind of discouraged. She was so confused. Considering the fact that she's single, she just concluded her midwifery course, and of course she's in relationship, looking forward to marriage. So she asked the question. She was like, after all this training we are receiving and all this, what chance do we have? Is it really possible we are going to have a good marriage? Let's just be sincere. Another thing she also said was, if it's possible, how can we change the narrative out there? Because in as much as I'm feeling empowered in this class, I'm feeling empowered in this training, going out there to see what's happening, how can I really sustain this energy? So that was the question. So I first asked her, I started this way. I first told her that, okay, fine. Each and everyone speaking in that particular post, they were sharing their experiences. They were not lying. Yes. They had awful experience and they were sharing it. And you came across them and you were discouraged because so many of them, up to 90%, were sharing bad experience of marriage. And I want you to, first of all, try to ask those people that you're seeing, sharing all these kind of experiences, some questions. Try to ask them. One question you should ask them is, how did you live your single life? It's not as if everything depends on that, but most things that happen in marriage, the most that happen in marriage come because of either action or inaction on the part of the person when the person was single. I told her, try to ask them, did they try at all to read any relationship book while they were single? Did they have a coach? Did they even listen to their pastors or whoever that they have in the church that is leading them from that spiritual angle? How close were they with their parents? If they actually had a parents that enjoyed their marriage, because if people did not enjoy their marriage, they're going to teach you what they know. They're going to teach you their own experience, and there's nothing you're going to do about it. There is their experience. They know what they are saying. They are also right, regardless of the fact that you want them to talk good about marriage. But they didn't have a good part of it, so they are sharing the one they had. So I not told her, when you ask them this question, you're going to be surprised why I attend to people every day. So I am telling you what I come across. Then if you bring cases like this, and I'm opportune to go deeper, most cases you're going to find out that these people didn't take any of all these things I've listed seriously. They thought their common sense was enough to handle it. They thought they were good enough to lead them all through. But unfortunately, it didn't help them. Then in that marriage itself, when things started falling apart, because they were not used to seeking help, because they were not used to therapy, they were not used to picking up resources, trying to build on, build on people's experience that worked, they still believed in themselves until everything fell apart. So, and another part of it is, as the news of bad marriage is spreading, there are some people that are focusing on that negative news without even thinking of how one could actually make the best out of the marriage. They are focused on that negative news. I asked her, out of all the people you know within your class, within your cycle, how many of them is doing what you're doing? How many of them is paying for premarital classes? How many of them is seeking for guide? How many of them is picking resources regarding relationship? You're going to be surprised that most of them are not. They will be happy to get engaged, they'll be happy to get married, but they don't want to build themselves in this direction. And when they enter into marriage, they're going to see a lot of things that will confuse them. And because there is no headway, they will continue to follow a vicious cycle until everything falls apart. In other words, she was focusing on the good part. That's why she was able to come for the training. And those people that are spreading narratives, they might have been wronged, but also, just maybe, they were also focusing on the negative part of marriage. Yes. Because there are people that had a very bad marriage. They came out, they were able to realize their mistakes, and they tried to make amends. Some of them got married and they enjoyed their marriage. There are people that will tell you that all men are the same. They don't even want to try again because they are focusing on the negative aspect of marriage. I also told her that I'll be happy if you attending this training take it seriously, learn what we're teaching, practice it, get married to a good man, have a good marriage, then join us to spread the positive aspect of it. So that the narrative will be neutralized. So that our kids, the generation coming up, will not meet what we are meeting. So in a nutshell, what we are focusing on multiplies. Why those things we don't focus on time? What we are focusing on is also as important as the focus itself. We focus on the things that won't help us, we will not be helped, regardless of how much energy we put into it. We focus on the things of value, things that will help us in our different areas of our life that we want the help. We're going to succeed. Thank you. I have a
Wow. It's as if you saw what I discussed before you even came on the live. I was discussing focus as a meal, for progress. Focus as a meal for the mind. That immediately when any new normal happens, choose what you focus on, because anything you focus on, you're giving it the meal that it needs to grow. And it's a no-brainer. Thank you, Cluster and Cypher Nwanko. Omoyemi, Adeyemi Omoyewa, I want you to join the meeting, the training that is currently going on. I don't know. What time is it, Cluster and Cypher?
It's on Saturdays. We actually program it to happen to run for 4 Saturdays. We have done one already. That was last Saturday. The next one is on this coming Saturday, 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. It's night, so that people must have finished whatever they have within the day and relax at home before the program.
Moyewa, will you be able to join? Moyewa. Are you there? Okay, we'll talk on the later after the live broadcast. Arike Ade, want you to add your voice. Survival strategies in the new normal, and we're considering focus as a strategy. What's your take? Okay, I don't think she's available. I want to appreciate everyone for coming by. Thank you for everyone that has contributed. If you're just coming in, I want you to go on the Spark Hub and go to the survival strategies in the New Normals Hub, and you will be able to watch all the full videos of what we have done today. It's a no-brainer. Focus is a meal for the mind. Focus is a meal for your progress. Focus is a meal for your downfall. If you focus too much on your downfall, it will grow and it will overcome you. If you focus too much on your progress, it will grow and it will progress will full everywhere. It will equally overshadow you. And that is the thing. Because focus is very neutral. It does not know which one is right or which one is wrong. So what the place you apply it to is going to work there. Thank you very much for coming by. I want to appreciate everyone, and I'll be drawing the line today by asking, who are we? We are a consortium of professionals or aspiring professionals, technocrats or aspiring technocrats, entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs, where we share accurate knowledge of our industry. Why? Because it gives us the right power, accurate information, because that is the bridge between where we are and where we ought to be. Accurate connection, because to whom we are connected to determines what we collect. We're not just a social media platform with a marketplace with the best monetization on earth. We are the first nation building social media platform on earth. Proudly Nigeria, proudly Africa to the world. And to join us is free. You join us through the Global Cluster Spark Hub, the sparkhubs.org. It's spelled SPARKHUBS.org. You can join us for free. It can act as your WhatsApp, as your Facebook, as your Google Meet, as your Zoom, as your LinkedIn, and you can use to connect to one another. Connect the world through it. You understand? And more, you can do courses there. You understand? Free courses are currently on the Spark Up right now. And great minds are there for you to connect with. The sparkhubs.org. And for those that want more, that want, to be in the inner caucus, instant monetization, UK diploma courses, and all of those things, you understand, and more exclusive deals. You can do premium. You can start, from the Spark Up, and then you advance to premium. Just 61,000 naira, Nigerian naira, or its equivalent as an individual, and it comes with a UK diploma course. You'll be exposed to so many things, exclusive deals, one-on-one counseling, so many things that you'll be exposed to. And it's a one-time lifetime, and you get a course that is worth over 700,000 naira, for free on data analysis, cyber security, certified nursing assistant, and more. And for a vendor that want to sell in the community, because we have a marketplace, shop.theglobalclusters.org, where you can come up with just 81,000 or its equivalent, and you can sell in the marketplace, and we can equally urge clusterians and Spark others to help you sell in the marketplace. So don't miss it. Tomorrow, we're going to meet by 5 p.m. Nigerian time, 7 p.m. Turkish time, and 6 p.m. Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus time, 4 p.m. UK time. We're going to meet again on Humanity Revolution. The Global Clusters social media platform is only social media platform where you get, the right meal for the mind and the right meal for your progress. So you will definitely progress. You understand? Just like, we're going to be giving people opportunity to learn from relationship coach. You understand? So it's a no-brainer. It's a real deal. It's something people pay a lot for. And we're going to be giving it to those that have been attending our program for free. Thank you very much for coming by. Let's connect on the Spark Up, and let's us share the Spark Up to our friends, our family, all the groups we belong to. Let us share. This is our own. Only Omenu Lishi Bebere. President Sapra, you want to say something?
Yes, sorry. I tried to go live on Sparks Hub. I couldn't. You understand? So, and I only had a short time to navigate it because it was before our first training. So
the way you do it, the way you are going to do it is you are going to tell those participants to create account. You're going to create a hub.
I've created a hub.
Let them join the hub. On that hub, for instance, on the genuine love, I'm going to show you after this call. Come on the Spark Hub. I'm going to show you how you do it. So you see that hub stands as its own timeline and equally as a messaging part that looks like a WhatsApp. And on that messaging part, you will see the conference call and the voice call there. You understand? So you can just, if you have 10 participants, 20, 30, you can just click and then everybody comes there and you do your meeting with them. You don't really need to pay Google Meet and all of that. Once you click video call, people can off their camera and they can start listening to you.
Okay, and secondly, does it replay after the live? Does it have a replay where one can return to watch the video, or it ends and it goes off?
It ends and it goes off unless you screen record. If you screen record, you can have everything, recorded. For now, we are just starting. we are definitely going to get there. Don't worry. We are still going to, we don't have, these are the like TikTok, they are the big guns, the Facebook, the Instagram,
yes, of
they
course.
are the big guns. So we are upcoming, but we're trying. I will show you something.
Yeah.
And as is free, any meeting you want to do, you can actually do it there. Make that hub a private hub. You understand? So that it is those that you admit in that can come in.
I did. I was able to. Yeah, I was able to do that. I made it a private hub. Like, I'm the only one there now. What I wanted to do was to send the participant there, and we'll have the program there. And I'll keep the recording because some people did not meet up with this. There are some people that will join even the next cohort. So I wanted to keep the replay. So that's fine. What I will
after
do
this
is
now,
I will still move them there. We do the live.
Yes, I will show you something after
this. Okay, fine.
Thank you. Let's come on the Spark Up and let me show it to you. Thank you very much. God bless you. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye for now. Oh, Queen Okiki, you're just coming. Hi.